Good morning. Good morning to all of you. So, second lecture of DBMS. This lecture is very precise. It is not that much lengthy lecture. It is very precise lecture. So, which could be taken just 20 to 25 minutes only. Not exactly 25. Probably even some within 20 minutes, everything will be gets completed here. I'll introduce you many important definitions for uh, the database management system, which are very important for you to learn DBMS. So let us come across this particular thing. Today, we would like to have basics of database management system. So basic definitions which are very much required to be learned, something about the databases. So let us have a look here. What do you mean by a data? Probably you people have some kind of idea what is the definition for a data here. So you may be learn something as a collection of raw facts will be called as data, but here we are specifically speaking something about a database management system. That a collection of raw facts could not be the right definition for this, because we are talking specifically in a database management system, so that could not be correct. So as an abstract view, collection of raw facts will be data will be correct. But while talking in terms of database management system, collection of interrelated and known facts. The fact must be known. Okay, known facts, which are to be recorded and having some implicit meaning. Explicitly, meaning should not be there, but implicitly we do have some kind of meaning while it is being stored into computer system via memory. So such kind of things are called as data. So data in the sense collection of interrelated. Otherwise, instead of this one interrelated, you could also use one more word, logically related. Any one of these two are okay. Collection of interrelated and known facts can be recorded, and which have implicit meaning is known as data. So what do you mean by interrelated? So let me consider the examples could be seen in such a fashion. Student name, employee ID, then employee photo, movie clip. We have taken as many number of examples here. Student name is related to student information system. Employee ID is related to employee information system, whereas employee photo also related to employee information system, and movie clip is related to movie information system. So interrelated in the sense, if you combine everything, something like this, if you combine all these things into one particular data item, otherwise one particular row within any data item, then it doesn't have any meaning. It doesn't have any meaning in the sense. So you could not specify for student name and employee ID, there is no interconnection. Employee ID he is doing some kind of job, and the student is learning something. So there is no interconnection between these two. Of course, there might have some kind of interconnection between these two. It doesn't have any interconnection. It does have. There is no problem. If you are supposed to combine employee ID and employee photo, yes, it could be okay. And if you combine these two, or if you combine these two, there is no meaning. Meaning in the sense, with the student name and with the movie clip, we cannot do or we cannot achieve any kind of information. Any information is supposed to be drawn from these. So therefore, I have given only examples. So it seems like this only. Employee, student name, student underscore name. So employee EMP underscore ID, EMP underscore photo. These are examples, just examples. Okay. And interrelation in the sense, everything must have some kind of relation. Let me go ahead with further definitions, then you could understand what is interrelation here. Then here, there is another definition which is very important for us, that is metadata. Metadata in the sense, data that can be describes other data. Data that can be describes other data. So data in the sense, interrelated and known facts are called as data. And these kind of data must be defined So its own premises is called as metadata. Let us consider here, you can take the example here, then it is very easy to understand. Employee is the metadata name, and here employee ID, it is one particular datum which is available within employee and describes data that describes other data in the sense this is one kind of data, and here number of two is the data type of this particular data, I mean employee underscore ID. And what exactly this particular thing, activity of this employee ID, so definition of that particular activity will be also comes under metadata here. And let me go through one more example here. Employee name. So employee does have these many number of characteristics. One is his ID, otherwise his number, or otherwise anything, whatever it may be. And his name, his or her name. And name might be having 20 characters in length or characters. And it must be taken while we are supposed to fill the data into any application. So therefore, this is a definition. So this kind of such kind of definitions are called as metadata here. And let us take some more, and some more. So employee designation and employee salary. You can observe this one. You can observe this particular thing. Then you could come across interrelation. Interrelation in the sense this is actual item. Let me consider. Employee is actual item. I mean actual data. Within this particular data, we do have some kind of metadata. That metadata could be voice is cutting in the sense probably not myself, my side, probably somewhere else in our internet connection. So probably my internet connection is very good. So it is very good. Yes, I got very good connection with me. I don't know. That is from your side only. Okay. However, so here you can consider metadata will be, so this whole thing will be considered as metadata. Within this particular metadata, employee ID and employee name, these two are having interrelation. Yes, every employee does have some employee ID. Every employee does have some his name or her name. And employee ID and employee name does have interrelation between these two. These two in the sense, so employee ID, every employee does have employee ID and employee name, and every employee does also have designation, and every employee does also have salary. While he is working, he maybe get some kind of salary. So these collection of items will be called as data. This whole thing will be called as data. And if you define what exactly this data will be behaves, how it could be behavior in the sense, so it may be taken numbers, and this could be taken characters, this could also be taken characters, and this could be taken number. And this number could be having extra features that, so it must be checked that employee salary between, in my organization, minimum salary is 1,000 and maximum salary is 10,000. So therefore, while I'm entering this particular columns data or this particular attributes data, that attributes data must be in between only these two. If I would enter some 999, it may not accept. And if I would enter some 10,001 rupee, so it could not be accepted. Manually, you maybe have some kind of problem. But here, if you are supposed to take in such a way, so the definitions will be taken in such a way, this whole definition will be called as, this complete definition will be called as metadata. This whole complete definition is called as metadata. Whereas, if you define only this, if you define, so just this, only this particular thing, which is called as data. Data in the sense, interrelated and known facts of any specific abstract view is called as data actually here. Okay, this whole definitions will be called as metadata. And of course, we are always concentrated on only metadata rather the data here. If you are supposed to speak something about other languages such as C, C++, Java, and other kind of languages, yes, you may be concentrate only employee ID, employee name, something like that. So only data will be taken into consideration through the languages. But specifically speaking regarding to the databases, we are always very much interested to specify ourselves regarding to only metadata, not completely data here. So that is what you need to remember. So then, hope that you do understand what I'm speaking regarding to data and metadata. Okay, you don't bother about this primary key. You don't bother about not null. You don't bother about what exactly this check will be. You don't bother about all those things because in very near future, probably within some 15 to some 17 classes, you will be come across what is a constraint and how the constraints will be taken into consideration. Everything will become to in picture. There is no problem. Don't worry about all those issues. Okay. And as and when, if you consider this one, let me come across with one example here. That example is Microsoft Access. Let me open this Access. I have already created one database here for you. So if you take into consideration, so if you open this one, yes, you are expected to enter some kind of data here. Let me say, so 501 is my first person's name, and Hari is the person name. Address is MCL, Machal. Of course, you could write anything. And CSC is the course. Course is BTech. BTech and branch is CSC. And the current year is third year and first semester. So this is one particular row here. You could observe this whole thing is represented one particular person's information. Okay, 501 Hari. So his address, his what is his course, and in which branch he is studying, and which year and which semester he is taking right now. It has been given the complete information regarding to one particular person. Normally, we are speaking this one as a row, as far as the mathematics, and as far as specifically speaking, as far as the what do you call matrices, it is called as a row. And it is called as a column. A register number is one column, name is another column, and so on and so forth. Address is another column, current year is another column, and so on and so forth. We do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns are available here within the specific table, and only single row is available with us. In the databases, these could not be called as rows and columns. Of course, there are some technical words. Those technical words are tuple. Tuple in the sense, in terms of mathematics, it is termed as, or it is pronounced as row. So a specific item which is being related to one realistic person. Let me call it as, here you can consider, so this row or this tuple is gives some partly information of Hari. Okay, partly information of Hari. If I would enter one more extra information, that is 502, and so some other information, so and also BTech and CSC, also third year first semester, something like this. If I would enter something like this, so this row belongs to Ronnie, who is having complete information regarding to this one. Of course, class information regarding to Rani here. This is the first row is related to Hari and second row is related to Rani. With such kind of complete information regarding to one realistic person, one realistic entity is known as a tuple. It must be describes all properties of that particular fellow. All properties of, if you take in terms of this one employee name, employee ID, employee address, and employee designation, employee salary, employee department. If you take in such a fashion, obviously one row will be represented one particular person's complete information. If the particular complete information will be described by you, then that is called as a tuple. That is called, technically speaking, that is called as a tuple. Whereas each and every, if you consider each and every in a particular tuple, it is a combination of several number of columns here. Okay, technically speaking, it is not column, but for the instance of time, I'd like to consider it is a column. So this is one column, this is another column, and so on and so forth. Many columns are there. So this particular column will be defines a specific feature in the sense a registered number of that particular fellow. I mean, as far as your point of view, that is hall ticket number of that particular person and the name of that particular person, in which place he or she is living, and which course he was joined, something like that. What is the current year he is studying, what is the current semester he is studying, something like that. It has been taken. So each and every column has been defined one specific attribute. I mean, one particular property of that fellow. So that is why such kind of properties are called as attributes. Okay, these are the two different types of technical words. Technical word one, tuple, which could be gives complete information of one specific entity, and attribute. So combination of attributes will be called as a tuple, and every attribute must be give one specific characteristic of that particular entity, that particular fellow. Then that is called as attribute. So you have to define the structure of each and every tuple, and what is the storage format of each and every attribute. So structure in the sense employee ID, employee name, employee ID, employee name, designation, salary. This is the structure. I wanted to store this particular information. If you go ahead with access, let me open this one. Let me open in design view. You can see here register number, name, address, course, branch, current year, current semester. All these things will be defined. I would like to take all these things will be defined. So the structure of admission table. Okay, something like you could consider it your own. So soon we will enter into SQL. Then you maybe have a facility to define each and every structure in a proper way. So thereby you could come across everything. There's no problem for you. But for time being, we'd like to listen something. This is the structure. So I have defined my tuple structure here properly. Afterwards, and also storage format of an attribute. Storage format in the sense, this employee ID, what kind of data it has been taken, and how much space it could be occupied in the memory, and are there any restrictions while taking some kind of data by this employee ID. If you define in such a form, then this is called as storage format. Okay, storage format is definition of data type and size of the data type, and any restrictions on that particular attribute. So that is called as storage format of an attribute. If you define in such a way, this whole definition is called as metadata. That is what the metadata, because why I have spent this much time on metadata here is metadata will be plays a vital role while we are come across with databases. Okay, so you must take care while defining any metadata structure in databases. Please remember this. And moving forward, some more definitions here. Already we have taken this particular definition in the previous class. That is, a database is a collection of so related data. I hope that you understand what is related data at this moment. So either it is related data or it is interrelated data, whatever it may be. Both are same words. Okay, related data used for specific purpose by one or more groups of users and can be stored in auxiliary storage with the minimum redundancy. Redundancy must not be there. Okay, wait for one or two classes, because probably by tomorrow class we will come across what is redundancy. By tomorrow's class we can also come across what is consistency. Both will be known to you. Okay, both will become to you. So such kind of thing is called as redundancy. Okay, let me take at this moment redundancy. So now I will explain what is redundancy. You can see I'd like to take this particular table. So look at this. This particular table has having some kind of design, something like this: serial number, registered number, so student name, course, branch, actual fees, fees paid, current year, semester, 4 subject marks. Okay, this is the actual data which I would like to consider as my total table. So while entering data into this particular table, so let me consider here register number is, so let me say this is 501. During the time of admission, I have taken this one. So student name, let me say again Hari, course is BTech, so branch is CSC, actual fee 35,000. For example, I'm not true here. Right now, he was paid only 10,000 rupees, current year, first year, and the first semester. So during the joining, I don't know what are the subject marks, because he doesn't appear for any single mid examination. I could not know what is the value for subject 1 marks, subject 2 marks, subject 3 marks of BTech. I don't know. So therefore, here I have placed as 0. And afterwards, he was taken, he was joined. Afterwards, he was attended some 5 examinations. For example, 5 examinations. During these 5 examinations, yeah, during these 5 examinations, so I would like to enter some data, something like this. So again, 501, during examination, his name is not required actually. Hari, name is not required. BTech also not required actually. CSC is also not required. Fees, how much fees he is supposed to pay, it is not required while entering some kind of examination details. Even then, we have enforced to enter the data. We have compulsory, customary to enter the data. Again, he was paid 10,000 rupees first semester, so first year, first semester. Now actual 45, and then 23, and then however whatever maybe 56 and 45. First examination is gets over. Now he is able to write one more examination, same 501. Again, you can see Hari, and then again BTech. Again, I have entered same kind of data. Again, CSC. Again, 35,000. You could see you are supposed to enter this particular data for number of times, and if you take the definition of this particular data, it has been occupied 2 bytes. It has been occupied 50. It has been occupied 50. 2 plus 50 plus 50, 102, 152, and it has been occupied 4 bytes, 156, 156 and 160, 160 plus 50 plus 50, 260, 260. So 260 bytes of data unnecessarily added for each and every examination here. You could see at this area. So 260 bytes of data, 260 into 2. Totally 520 bytes of data is unnecessarily added here. So let me take some more information here, 25, 23, 25 and 24, something like this. If you are supposed to enter something like this, you may feel somewhat bored regarding to these values. Let us consider register number. So register number is actually required, but student name and what about this course and branch and actual fee paid, year and semester. For all these kind of issues, you are feeling somewhat why unnecessarily I'm entering this data. So this unnecessary entering of data will be called as it is MS Access actually. I have created MS Access because I wasn't taken any Oracle. I have created everything using MS Access only. However, so here unnecessarily, while I am entering some kind of data in terms of subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, 4 marks. So unnecessarily I am entering this particular extra data here. So this data will be called as redundant data. Unnecessarily we are using this data continuously. This is called as redundancy. For example, let me consider consistency. What do you mean by consistency here? Let me consider 501. Actually, his name is Hari. So topographical mistake. While I'm typing something, I did a mistake here. So Hari is his name. So I have taken Haji, Hazi, BTech, and then he was taken actually CSE, but CS and E has taken by me, and then he was actually fixation of fee is 35,000. So unknowingly, I have entered 45. Up to as of this moment, he was paid only 10,000. I have given 15,000 here. He is right now studying first year, but I have entered second year and first semester. And marks will be 56 and 76, something like this. So something like this has been taken into consideration. You could see. So this 3 different types of marks which have been entered by me. All these marks are related to first year, first semester. And in first year, first semester, he was actually decided to pay 35,000. And up to as of this moment, he was paid only 10,000. But here you can see he was studying CSE, not CS and E. He is studying CSE. So the data which is being pertaining by different kinds of items for same kind of person. For same kind of person, so data has been in different way for one particular row. Then we may be having some kind of confusion. So whether Hari is correct or Hazi is correct, whether CSC is correct or CS and E correct, whether he is supposed to pay 35,000 or 45,000. So what is the specific item? We are unable to decide ourselves that which data is correct. So this misunderstanding point of view is called as inconsistency. Inconsistency. So in these two different types of situations, so redundancy will be gets existed. At the same time, inconsistency also be existed. If you are supposed to save this particular data exactly for once, let me say this data will be exactly for once in somewhere else, then there might not have any inconsistency. Okay, so how this could be happen? Let me come across with admission. You can see in admission, Hari will be accessed only for one time, and if you are taking Hari, I mean 501 for one more time, it could not be accepted. Observe this one. Observe this one. Let me enter completely HERA and then MCL, and then he's also taking BTech. He's taking BTech and then CSE, third year, first semester. If I were to go first, if I would come from here to next row, it may be give some kind of error message because of you are creating some primary key. I could not make much, bigger font here at this moment. Because of having primary key, you are unable to take a duplicate of 501 here. You can see here already 501 is existed, here also 501. No, it is not possible. Some message will be generated to you stating that it is not possible, right? So in this way, you can manage your uh, manage your database. And wanted to enter some kind of data in examination, how it could be. So one more table has been created. So here 501 and have taken some 56 and something like this. Yes, again 501, sorry, 501. So enter some kind of data here. Okay. Now you could observe one specific information. I have only three people, 501, 502, 503. In examination, if I am trying to enter 504 and some data will be entered by me, at the end, it will be ask you some question. Look at this. I did not find any kind of related data in admission. Admission is spared. 504 is not available. How could you enter this? It is not possible. Such kind of message will be displayed to you. So therefore, you need to understand all these kind of constraints will be gets enforced. So hope that you got understand what is the problem which is pertained by this table and what is the actual problem which is resolved by using this exam and admission table here. It is completely single table. I have broke down into two different types of tables here. One table does have only details of that particular fellow, and second table does have the examination details of that particular same fellow. So therefore, no need to enter this kind of data again and again, as like as in actual table data here. So this is what the redundancy, and this is the way to avoid inconsistency. Okay? However, so that kind of redundancy, that kind of inconsistency could not be there while you are trying to construct any kind of database. Okay, database must be. It also gives some kind of proper information regarding to searching. It is very important operation in terms of database searching and data retrieval and data updation and data insertion. These four operations are supposed to be operate at an effective manner in terms of databases. That's also there in the specification. So database will be defined in such a way. This is the way of defining any database. So by using paper and pen. Whereas if you want to define the database in terms of any application, this is the way. Let me open that is NB. This is the way to define our database. Okay, in terms of application, it should be seems like this. If you want to mention the same in terms of paper and pen by using, by using in literature, so you may be mention something like this. This is the way. One more example. And already we have taken this one. It is a collection of programs which could be used to create and maintain the database. Okay, the database must be facilitate defining the structure of the database and the construction and the manipulation of the specific database. These things must be maintained by so-called database here. So this is what about actually already I have to take this one also structure also, but it is very big structure. Tomorrow I shall explain this one. So this is what I would like to consider for today's class. If any questions, let me answer them. One question is there with me, sir. You have created these tables by using DBMS or Microsoft Office. It's my small doubt. Some person has asked me. It has been created using Microsoft Access, not exactly the Oracle or any other. Okay. Any other questions? If you do, I will answer them. If you don't, probably I could say bye to you for this year. Clearly understand, okay? No more questions for you. Yeah, if any questions to you, so probably 10 to 11 to 12, one more class to me, and 2 to 3, one more other more class to me. So during these times, don't disturb me. Yeah, during these times, don't disturb to me, and except these times, yes, you please ping to me at any moment of time. I shall available and I shall clarify.